Welcome, fellow knights. My name is Apollo, and I welcome you to the Warband Native League Season 7 Division A Championship. This is the finale. This is for all the marbles. We have two of the best teams in the world right now in the competitive scene for Warband. Division A being the best division. Both teams have a roster full of players that are some of the best players to ever play the game, and they're about to battle it out right before your very eyes. And when the dust settles, there will only be one team left standing. I just want to say how grateful I am to be a part of this match, to be able to co-cast this match. I want to give a big thank you and a shout out to Bladecast TV. They invited me to cover this match with them. There's a link to their Twitch. They're super professional. They do such a great job. And let me just remind you guys, none of these people are being paid to do this work. They do this at their own free time. They do this out of passion, out of a hobby. They just are glad to show these matches to the world and just take part in these matches, and it's just a really cool thing to join them and to be a part of the community, and just it was just a lot of fun. So thank you, Bladecast TV. I also want to give a big thank you to Cardboard Box. He is actually the lead admin of Call to Arms, and he also showed me this world of competitive Mountain Blade, and without him I doubt I would be co-commentating this match here. So big thanks to Cardboard. He's just a great guy. He's done a lot of work for Call to Arms and for my channel, and I just want to give him a big shout out. There's a link to his Twitch. He also covers a lot of competitive matches because there's just so many of them. You know, not everybody can cover every single match, so it's just a community that works together and tries to cover as many matches as possible. There's a link to his channel down below. Check it out. Watch some if you want to watch more after this match, watch some reruns, and it's just great matches throughout all divisions, A, B, C. Great matches, all the players really awesome and just really exciting to watch. So really thankful for this, and just super excited to show you this match. It was a lot of fun, and I'm kind of new to the casting for Mountain Blade, and I definitely need to get better at it. The whole time I was just in the back of my head like, please don't say something stupid. Please don't say something stupid. And you can kind of tell I'm a little out of my element when I get started here, but I kind of get used to it over time. And I think the more I do these matches, the better I'll get at it for sure, and the more comfortable I'll be. Just like when I started my YouTube. If you watch my first video, it's you can tell I'm pretty timid and not used to it, but just like anything, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So yeah, it's been really awesome, and I just want to give a big thank you to the community for inviting me and all the people involved here. It's been awesome. So in case you're wondering, because the Mountain Blade community, Mountain Blade competitive community is ever growing, and if it's something you want to take part in, you don't want to form a team and sign up for the tournament. You can still play as an individual. There's actually a really cool website called Warband Matchmaking, where you create an account, and once you're in, you can press play, and it will put you in a queue, and it will match you up with people, try to split the teams. It's really fascinating. They try to split the teams based on your skill, and then you sign into the Mountain Blade, game, and you join the server that it's telling you to join, and then it will put you on that right. It's so awesome. It'll put you on the right team, and as soon as the match is over, it'll kick you out of the server, and it keeps up with your points. It keeps up with your damage done. It's really awesome stuff. Now, hopefully, Bannerlord will have some kind of competitive scene built into the game, but if not, I know the guys who made this website will continue this for Bannerlord, and it's something I really recommend. They also have NA servers coming out very soon, because I use that all the time when I'm playing, because I love the competitiveness of these matches, and it's just so convenient and so awesome. But I think they're adding some NA servers soon, so I don't have to fight EU, because ping does matter in these very intense competitive matches. So can't wait, and hopefully we see some new competitive, some competitive players joining the competitive scene. So link to that website down below. I don't want to ramble on for too long, but I do want to give a big thanks to Oasis Hosting. They are sponsor of me and Bladecast TV, if I am not mistaken. So there's a link to their website, and there's a discount code which you can use on any purchase for their website. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. We're just gonna go ahead and dive into this match and enjoy. And I can't wait to cover more. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bladecast TV. I'm Victor, and this is our coverage of the Warband Native League 7 Grand Final between House Tully and Unity. Today I'm joined by Warband's endearing personality, Cardboard Box. Thank you so much for joining me today, mate. And also joining us is YouTube's own knight in shining armor, Pixelated Apollo. Welcome to you both. How are you feeling, boys?
Thank you. Nice introduction.
Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just super excited to see this epic matchup.
Yeah, 100%. It is going to be a match of epic proportions. We're going to see two titans of the scene, House Tully, arguably the favourites going into this tournament, you know, remnants of Apis Europae in that roster. And then Unity, the famous French team, their motto, one goal, resonating throughout the halls of Warband. You know, both of these teams have had I want to say they've had a tough road getting here to the Grand Final. It's not been easy. They haven't won all of their games. Both of them have actually played against each other, and they've both beaten each other. So it's really a grudge match in terms of proportions. And what better way to have bragging rights than to make it all the way to the Grand Finals and lift the coveted trophy that is the Warband Native League. How are you guys feeling in terms of, you know, seeing the maps on offer today, which are Reveran Village and Fort of Honor? You know, how are you feeling in terms of like looking at those rosters and those players? What are your thoughts, you guys?
I think it's going to be very interesting, especially the first map, since I'm expecting a lot from Unity on Reveran Village. I've seen them play it a few times this tournament, and last time they used 5 cavalry, which was really interesting, and they had it planned out. I don't know if they will use it against Tully. They haven't used it when they played each other the previous time, which was also on Reveran Village and also with Nords, but that was against Vegas. So this time it's Rodox. I have to see if they gonna change that up. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the first map and see what Unity has in store for us there.
Yeah, and really, and just looking out for if a team's gonna do something never seen before. You know, they're gonna try to think of something or a strategy that they haven't used yet all season, or maybe they'll just go to a more traditional strategy for this map. But it's gonna be really interesting to see what these teams bring to the table.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Apollo, like, I think it would be really helpful, you know, as a player who's, you know, relatively new to the competitive scene. I think it would be really helpful, you know, like kind of explaining to a lot of viewers, I imagine, will be coming to this and seeing Warband in this competitive state for the first time. Kind of like give them a bit of a rundown in terms of, you know, what sort of happens. I mean, I know you had a stream with Cardboard before, and then you've watched a few games already. Like, what's your as if you were explaining it to a new player, how would you kind of like summarize the meta of this game and its competitive aspect?
Yeah, so one way someone described it to me is like CS:GO, but for Mountain Blade, where you have 2 teams, obviously, with 8 players, and each round is battles, so 1 life. And so basically, if you kill the enemy team, obviously you win the round. But there's also a flag that will spawn in the map, and there's 3 different points where this flag spawns, and that just kind of gives the teams an objective to go for. And of course, whoever has, you know, become the master of the field by the end, just in case if there's players left over still alive, then they win that round. So they play 3 rounds, then they switch factions again to keep it balanced. And then, well, actually, they play 3 rounds each.
Yeah.
So, each side. And it's the first one 2-3, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And then after that, you'll be switching maps and factions as well. And it's really who comes down to who has won the most matches.
Yes.
And it's pretty straightforward, you know. It's in terms
Yeah.
of competitive. Yeah.
Completely. I think you kind of like summarized it like perfectly there. Like any new player would, I mean, that's you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like there's nothing extra. I mean, there's like a few little rules and whatnot in terms of like you said, it is first to three, and then yeah, you just hit it. I don't really need to say anything more. We
Yeah.
have two maps.
I mean, I hope I did.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was great. I mean, I don't have to explain anything more. I mean, that we will be referencing factions and map names,
Right.
which maybe new players won't be used to. So, I mean, we kind of had like a little discussion before the stream about, what would be the best way to describe them. So this first map that you're going to see, Reveran Village, it's quite a mixed map. You're going to see a lot of classes. So the three classes available are cavalry, infantry, and ranger. So you're going to see quite a mixed variety of those classes because it's quite a mixed map. You're going to see a fair amount of cav, a few infantry, and a few archers. But then the second map, which is called Fort of Honor, that's quite a closed map. So you're going to see more infantry, less cavalry, and maybe a few more archers. It depends on the team. But I mean, yeah, it's going to be quite infantry heavy. So yeah, when we reference that, like that's what you can understand from it. And then the factions, which we're also going to break down, are also have their own like weaknesses and strengths. So the first two factions that are going to be on display in this first map are Nords and Rhodoks. Nords are like the Vikings of this game. They're really good at infantry. They have axes, round shields. They have javelins. They're really good at an infantry. Their cavalry is pretty. I want to say not weak, but it's not their strongest asset because they tend to suffer with lack of armor and things like that. So they can get picked off, and then their archers aren't, they're not incredible, but they're not the worst either. And then Rhodoks, they're sort of like, we said the Italians, aren't they? They've got their board shields. They're really good at infantry. They've got crossbows. Their cavalry, again, aren't their strongest asset, but they are pretty tough still. They have better armor than the Nords. So yeah, if you see those factions, that'll be what, that's what's happening. So don't feel completely out of your depth and have no clue what's going on. And then for the second map, we have Saranids and the Swadians. The Saranids are like, I think they're pretty obvious. They're like the Saracens. They've got their turbans and scimitars. They've got pretty decent infantry. Their cavalry isn't amazing. They've got pretty weak cavalry in terms of hit points. They tend to get targeted quite a lot. And then the Swadians are like the English. They've got really good infantry, good cavalry. They've got crossbows as well. So yeah, that's what's on offer today. And in terms of players, again, if you're new to the scene, these players aren't really you're going to just think, yeah, I just see a bunch of names. They don't really mean anything to you. But basically, these are like the cream of the crop, the guys that are playing today. All of these players have played in competitive Warband for a very long time. They've all played in high-pressured matches. They've played in very high-quality teams. So yeah, just be impressed. Like this is pretty much the best Warband you're going to see. So just like feel free to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, the skill, everything. These players are gonna be doing some crazy things. I mean, even from watching Division C teams, it's impressive how good these guys are. And this being Division A,
the top,
top of the top. If this is your first competitive match, it's a good one. It's a great one.
Oh yeah, couldn't agree more. This is, if you want to start anywhere, this is a great place to start. And speaking of starting, the first round is going to start of this grand final between House Tully and Unity. Apollo, tell me what you feel about these two setups right now. They're looking quite traditional. We're seeing 4 cav for Tully and 4 cav for Unity. Do you think that's a wise decision?
Yeah, especially being the first match, and this is a very open map. I feel like the teams need to really just kind of figure out, like, the strategy, the pace of the battle, and kind of go what feels right, what's safe, and just maybe later on we'll see a bit more abstract looking or unique looking teams or team setups, comps.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think you're absolutely right. I think they're just going to start with something traditional. They're not going to go too crazy in this first round. They're gonna test the waters a little bit, see what the other team's made of, and as the map spawns for the first time here on this open side of the map, we are going to see Scar and Gibby take up residence on the side of the hill here. That's not uncommon. They kind of want to take the high ground, as Obi-Wan would be a fan of. But it's not surprising to see them kind of ignore the flag, because they kind of want to put Unity on the spot. They want to make them react, and often reactive play isn't great. Oh, and we're actually getting an early kill here. Farunian takes down Azan, and that's a big kill because Azan is one of the brains of the operation for House Tully, and that's not admirable at all. Like that shouldn't have happened. Early kills are just quite unprofessional, and I'm sure his team will be a little bit upset with him there. Obviously, Unity Cavalry doing a great job of catching him off guard there. So early kill coming in for Unity. So very impressive there. But the time, look at the timer now. Actually, it's getting quite low, and this will put pressure on Unity. But then equally, Tully are going to try and meet them on the flag. Both Unity players have their war spears out. They're going to try and fend off the Nord Cavalry. And but we're seeing loads of shots come in, and Apollo takes down Sir Alex there. So 1 for 1 there. Both the cavalry have been taken down, but then Sheva gets taken down as well. And then he's been dismounted and he's taken down. So that's 2 kills coming in quick succession, but that it does mean that Unity have the favour. So, I mean, wow. Sir Alex, Sheva and Azad all coming down, and then Apollo takes down OGL. Just to reference, this is a different Apollo. This isn't the Apollo that we're casting with. And so he's been taken down. So all the kills coming in for Unity. That's very surprising. And again, 2 more kills coming in. Dopey does manage to get 1 back. Actually gets 2 back, a double kill for Dopey. But then he gets taken down by Thor, who gets his own double kill. So he's going to be impressed with that little display. Ooh. And we do see a team kill coming from Paolo there, but that doesn't really matter because Unity take it away. Wow. Oof. What? Okay, kind of dissect that a little bit for me, Apollo. What happened there, bro?
Well, that was just fantastic cav play by Unity. Just great teamwork there to really, again, a very bad start for House Tully, and it just the momentum continued in the way of Unity.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think momentum is something that teams kind of look for, but then these top teams, they're renowned for being able to turn that around. The reason that these players are as good as they are is because they don't buckle under pressure. They try and win their individual fights going on. But Unity just seem to break down Tully in a way that I don't think that they've been broken down before. I mean, maybe this is how they won their original fight way back in, I think it was week 2 that these two teams met, and Unity came out the favourites there. But hopefully Tully are going to turn this around. They are those players are famous for their ability to adapt and turn things around. So we are going to see the flag spawn on completely the opposite side now. It's going to spawn by the field. OGL, unsurprisingly, taking up residence by that rock there. He's going to try and put a little bit of pressure on Maximo, who's now out by this field, if you can see him here. But it is difficult because he has a crossbow and it has a very slow rate of reload. So he's going to be under a lot of pressure from OGL to even just reload his bolt, never mind get shots off. Ooh. Whereas the rest of Unity
kind of going in.
Impressive.
Yeah, Cav is going in for Unity. There we go. Unity's getting aggressive here.
They are getting really aggressive now, and I kind of like this push that they've got on. They're going to take down OGL early on, and then Apollo also takes down Azan as well, and we see loads of kills coming in for Unity again. This is a dominant performance by them. Dopey, once again, the player to get a kill back. He's keeping hopes alive for Tully, but it's only 4 of them left against the might of 7 Unity players. I don't think Tully are going to be able to turn this around. They're kind of getting cornered now. The Unity Cav doing an absolute stellar job of just like corralling all the Tully players. Seb takes down Gibby in the infantry engagement. Siegs and Apollo as well. Apollo doing great job of
he's doing great.
His infantry fight. So really well played for him. I'm sure you'll be impressed with your namesake doing a great job on the battlefield.
Yes, he deserves that name.
100%, and it's just Dopey alive. Dopey
there we go.
In fact, Dopey is the only player to have gotten any kills so far for House Tully. Not the start that Tully would have looked for, but perfect start for Unity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, just Unity just setting the pace.
Yeah, 100%. They're not willing. They're not going to give up any of these rounds, and I think that's something that maybe teams in lower divisions don't appreciate as much, that these opening rounds, because games can get so close in the end, like sometimes it is often 1 round difference, that these opening rounds are equally as important, if not more important, to start strong off in.
Oh yeah, you're setting the pace. It's a mind game at this point now. Tully definitely can come back from this. They're a great team, and Unity definitely cannot afford to get too confident here in this early start.
Yeah, I hope they hear your words, because
I'm
Unity
sure
are one of those teams. Yeah, I'm sure that they're very calm and relaxed and focused, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of nervous hands on mouses at this point. But Unity showing a really strong start. And again, we're going to see an early engagement, but actually Tully come off the favourites this time. Thor does get one back on Shemmer and Ferunian as well. So it is 2 for 2 now, but OGL's being really harassed here. Ferunian gets taken down by Sir Alex with a couch lance, but now he's by himself. I don't know if is he going to push OGL? Yeah, so we're going to see two different engagements happen now. We're going to see the engagement in the river, and then we're also going to see an engagement of the infantry over by the tree. So if you can try and divide your attention between these two fights. So Ferunian doing a great job of a double kill there, and that's a vital double kill from Ferunian. Really well played. He does get taken down eventually by, yet again, unsurprisingly, it's Dopey getting the kill. Dopey seems to be playing really well, but meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the engagement happening seems to be in favour of Tully this time. They're actually, Gibby gets a double kill on Seb and Thor. Those are two really good plays. He gets a triple kill actually on the Passion. A quadruple kill for Gibby. Really well played from him. He's managed to finally turn up to this game. So I think he was focusing and following on from Dopey's example. Finally, someone has turned up for House Tully, and it is Gibby, the man of the hour. Really well played from Tully to turn that around. Ferunian did a great job of trying to hold up his end of the bargain on that side by the river engagement, but Gibby just disregarded all that effort and got a quadruple kill. Well played to him.
Whew, that was intense. That was pretty close to the start there, but Tully really taking that one away towards the end.
Yeah, it was very back and forth, and it was interesting. We don't often see, two large engagements happen at the same time. We will see, little skirmishes happen before the main one, but that was the main fight was between two, sets of players. So really really interesting to watch that. So well played to both of them. Stellar performances, standout players on both sets of rosters.
Yeah. That quadruple, man.
Oh, that was insane.
Job. Yeah, that was a great job. Now the flags are in the center. Definitely going to, I imagine, seeing lots of infantry going to play their part here.
Yeah, this is, and as you say, infantry are going to play a massive part, as we see both Scar and Gibby with that mail armor. That is a big upgrade. It is a few more hits on them that will be even more difficult to take them down if they weren't already difficult to take down. Again, they're going to see them ignore the flag a little bit, which, in this style of play and this high quality of team, I don't think it's that surprising, because they don't really want to bring it down to the flag where they have to defend a position. They'd rather be the aggressor. So
Right.
Tully are kind of like in between positions at the moment. They were in that alleyway, but now they're heading towards the flag a little bit more. Apollo is actually in the graveyard now, and that's not a uncommon position, but he's actually going to push over.
Moving up. He's actually being pretty aggressive here. I think he's just looking for a good spot to put some crossfire down.
Yeah, and his infantry are going to accompany him there, so that's a good little team play between them. Apollo's now going to get firing, and his cavalry, look at how carefully they are watching him from the back. Actually, Ferunian and Seegers have taken hits already. I didn't even notice that. So Javelin's proving to be a vital tool for the Nord cavalry, which, as they are free weapons, so not surprising to see House Tully making the most of those. And Seegers and Ferunian, that is one less hit that they need to be taken down in the fight. And speaking of the fight, the main engagement is going to happen between the two infantries as now it happens. So Gibby is going to push, and he's going to kind of get sucked into this little corner of the three houses. Gets a big hit on Seb, but then Seegers comes in and takes Shemmer out of nowhere, and that's not a big hit. But then Gibby takes down Seb as well, and then so Alex also takes down Ferunian. So loads of little fights happening all over the place. The main infantry engagement still happening. Scar actually gets taken down by Maximo, so it's just Lepash and Gibby. Cav coming in left, right, and centre. Oh, we see Gibby take down Lepash, but then Thor takes down Azan, sorry. But I think Alex bumped down Paolo there. Seegers has taken down OGL, so that's one archer down. Thor actually takes down Gibby, so this is so back and forth. 4 versus 3 right now. And it comes up to a draw as well. I didn't even notice the flag. I didn't even notice the flag.
I mean, this is every match. They've really been really patient in terms of going for that flag and waiting last minute. And that just was a floodgate of just a mess in that area there. It's just intense.
Bodies were just being piled on. I think they were as equally stunned by the flag as us. I didn't even notice the flag. I didn't even see that the timer was up.
Yeah, I was so focused on that fight, and just it went by so fast, and because of it,
I mean,
nice little draw.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, I mean, it is good to to prolong the fight. I mean, by all means, we want to see more of these two teams battling it out. But all it just means is that it doesn't actually affect the rounds. It just means that they're going to have to still fight for first to three. But it just means that, a bit more gold's been accumulated. And so we might see a little bit more armor again. Again, we're going to see Tully making the most of their javelins. Paolo is taking a big hit from javelins, and that's one thing you've got to be really careful from Nord Cavalry. Their javelins are deadly, and Seeger's also is getting a hit as well. We might see an early engagement before, like, completely far away from the flag, which has spawned on that far side again by the river. Shema going to try and maybe get something on Maximo. When Maximo does get taken down by OGL, it was but then OGL gets a team kill on Azan. So his early kill not mattering at all. He takes down Azan, but Razor does take down Apollo. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Razor gets a double kill. But then Shema backs that up with a kill on Seegers. So now the favour is very much in the hands of Tully. Ferunian does get maybe a little courtesy kill on Scar, but the advantage is definitely in House Tully's favour because Lepash gets taken down by Dopey. Unity Thor is trying to harass OGL, but it doesn't seem to matter as Sir Alex comes and takes him down. Fights just happening all over the place. So Alex takes down Thor. Ferunian's also going to get taken down by a disgusting headshot from OGL. And Shema finishing off.
Being so dominant in that match. I mean, the flag was on their side. They went in anyways, and they just controlled that entire match.
Yeah, and we are seeing a different side to Tully now. They seem to have woken up, and maybe those first few rounds were a warm-up. I don't know what was going through their head, but they've definitely turned up now. And I think Unity have been a little bit taken back. They had the opportunity, twice now they had match point, I want to say. They had the opportunity to take this set. But Tully have not only clawed back, they've heroically clawed back. They've made it dominant in their performances in those last two rounds. So really well played. Some standout plays in that. Really well played from House Tully.
This is going to be a good test for Unity, just to see how they kind of bounce back from this.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is going to be a definite test of their resolve and their character, their ability to remain calm and focused under pressure, which Tully are applying, and quite heavily as well. The infantry for House Tully have pushed round the side of the graveyard, and they're going to they've completely surrounded them, and this isn't going to be favourable for Unity at all. And the first kill coming in, Azan takes down Seegers with a couch lance. Bodies just piling into the graveyard. There's going to be a lot of dead bodies added to this graveyard. But Unity fighting back, though. Lepasha Maximum not making it easy for Tully at all. And Seb also contributing to that cause as well. Dopey has a lot of armor, but Thor seems to still be alive. And he takes a massive hit, but he's still up and at him. Unity have fought back now. That 3 players down for Tully as opposed to the 1 for Seeger. Fruity actually takes down OGL as well. He came out of nowhere and just completely took OGL by surprise. And Thor takes down Azan as well. Ooh, a courtesy kill for Dopey as well. Again, is Dopey going to be the one to save Tully? I don't think they are. I think Unity are going to take this one.
Oh, yeah. That was great teamwork by Unity there. So far, I don't want to assume they've taken it just yet until it's over, but really good teamwork there. There it is.
And Lepash getting a double kill at the end. Unity, so impressive from them. I mean, they were not favourable to win that. In the opening stages of that engagement, Tully looked to be the aggressors. They were the one that got the first two, or maybe they got the first kill. I know Azan took down Seegers, but then Unity just didn't care. They just fought back, got 3 kills in quick succession. Unity putting us to the test as in terms of us asking questions of their ability to remain focused and remain sturdy, and they did it. I mean, well played to them.
Yeah, seems like the graveyard was kind of hard to maneuver in for the Cav, and just totally couldn't get it done there.
Yeah, and I'm sure players will be agonizing over minor mistakes they made. If they just timed that bump stab a little bit better, if they just inched over a little bit for that headshot. But it doesn't matter now. We're on to the second set. Unity will be looking, strong with their momentum. They're happy with that last round. Really well played from them. But Tully are not out of this by any means whatsoever. Tully are going to, gather themselves, regroup, and just go in with their tactics that they've been training with. So I'm interested to see what happens there.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a whole nother map that's going to be a completely different ball game. So even if Tully is behind here, as long as they're close and they can, play their own style in the next map, it's still anyone's game here.
Absolutely. And Cardboard, I know we've we've kind of structured this so we can take turns between commentating. But how do you? I mean, you saw that first set. How did you fare that one?
I looked a bit more into it, and interesting to see. I think the first 2 rounds, Unity was just in their grief immediately. Like they started off really strong, looked really strong as well. I think Tully was just not warmed up or something. But after that, they hit back hard, and they almost got it though. Although I have to say that the 4th round, there was a draw between them. I think with 5 more seconds, it would have gone in favor of Unity.
Really?
So, I think so. I think they started to get the kills in the end here with Tor and Six doing a great job as Cav on the flag there. And I have to mention Tor and Ferunion stepping up as Cav, especially since Six has been the MVP of Unity for all the matches in which he played. But in this first set, we really saw some other people stepping up. So yeah, really interesting first one. But on Tully's side as well, OGL, Razor, Gibby, all stepping up after the first 2 rounds they lost, and then helping Tully back into the fight.
Yeah, 100%. It's interesting to see because obviously when you commentate, we tend to miss. I mean, I know I tend to miss a lot of plays that people are like, how could you miss that? That was such a good play. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's interesting to see that. From your perspective, Corbo, for that one, definitely some standout plays, as you were saying. Seegers is, the favourite Cav, but like you said, Thor and Frunin as well, really stepping up.
Yeah, I think they both had 7 kills. Wow. So great job for them. And that was an interesting, the first kill actually was, I think, Frunin onto Azan. And it was interesting because I was spectating Unity's Cav, and all of a sudden I saw Azan between them there, and I think he was just scouting out or something. So a little bit of miscommunication, got taken out there really early. Then Apollo started to hit some shots as well, took out some people. So it seemed that Tully wasn't really ready for it, and just the little mistakes at the first round might have given them a little bit of a lack of confidence or something. I don't know, but
yeah, and I mean, speaking of confidence, Unity are definitely going to have it. So Cardboard's going to take over now, give Apollo a little bit of a break, rest his voice a little bit from that amazing first set. So, I mean, Card, tell us what you make of these setups. Is there anything? Actually, I do see something.
I'm really happy to see what Unity's bringing here, because as I expected, they're bringing the 5 Cav on North. So we're gonna have a quick re-on live, I see, but yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to see. Last time I saw them play on this map, they pulled out the 5 Cav and they were really aggressive with it, and it really worked out.
Okay, so that interesting insight there as to Unity's
do we
aggression.
Have live now, or is this live?
I'm gonna have a little look there.
He said never mind.
He said never mind. So they're gonna carry on, and the first kill's off, streaming in already. So Azan and Shema. Yeah, so that's okay. So Unity trying to claw back in the form of Sebe taking down Gibby, but it just seems to be... Oh, Seraix just seems to be decimating Unity single-handedly. 3 kills coming in for him. Sebe, Frudian, Captain Palo, almost getting a 4th kill. I feel like he's going to get the 4th kill on the Pash. Let's make it happen. Let's see this quadruple kill. I don't think it's too many seconds have passed on. Oh, Tigers actually takes him down. He's not happy that the rest of his team was killed by one man alone. It's just Seegers versus Shema now. Unity taking a big hit early on there, and I think maybe some Unity players claiming that they wanted the reset, but it doesn't matter now. The round has happened. The round started. The Pash actually takes down Dopey. Dopey proving a formidable force for Tully in the opening stages of that first set. Lepash also going to get... Oh, I thought he was going to get taken down by Shema, and he does get taken down by Shema with that double kill. Okay, so that happened very quickly.
Yeah, that was really surprising there. I think indeed there was a little bit of confusion from both teams. But yeah, it was Tully just getting the kills, really. I am expecting Unity to step back, though, from this and show their Cav superiority. As Tully is just going to stick with the 4 Cav as well, so they're not going to mirror the setup of Unity.
I think that's fair from them. They would have had a tactic that they've practiced and rehearsed, and they know pretty well. And plus, they've also got a certain amount of players that they know can play well in certain positions and classes. So yeah, as you said, we're not going to see Tully do anything too major. And as I say that, Tully are being really aggressive now, and I don't think Unity are prepared for it. They've pushed completely past the flag. Ooh, but Frunian does get a great kill on Dopey there. Timing is stabbed perfectly. Scar takes down Carney, and there are several infantry players still up, but Sir Alex takes down Thor as well. Sir Alex showing in that last round how really vital he is, getting that triple kill. Paolo gets taken down, but he fights and gets back up with, oh, but Maximo takes down a bash, and that's not what you want. But then he takes down Gibby as well, but I don't think it's going to make up for the fact that he just took down their absolutely motivational leader, and Scar comes out of nowhere and throws a javelin at him and takes him down. That's the nasty death. And Sir Alex also, wow, Sir Alex already on 6 kills now, taking down Seekers.
He's really performing right now, and all of Tully, I think they just stepped into another gear, and they definitely not want to lose this map, and they're looking really comfortable right now. Unity, I think, lacking the confidence right now, and they need to reconsider their tactics, and
yeah, I think you're right.
Not give up this set, because if they give up this set, it's gonna look really good for Tully going into Fort of Honor if they would win a 3-0 set here.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think if Unity want a strong chance of taking this match, they really need to fight back now. They need to do what Tully did to them, and they need to, not roll over. They really need to step up a gear. The flag, Tully were hoping it was going to spawn on that side, and unfortunately the bet was lost. It has spawned in the middle. That is going to be favourable for Unity. Whether or not they're going to capitalise on the flag spawning there, it doesn't look like it. Carney and Seb actually going to just kind of hold their ground quite impressively. They're just going to chuck javelins in a very awkward position. They seem quite open, and I don't know if that's a wise idea, because they seem to be falling to the Tully cavalry. And as I say that, Azan comes out of nowhere. Lack of communication there for Unity as Sebi gets taken down instantly. Maximo does bring one back in the form of his archer shot on Dopey, and Paolo also takes down Gibby as well. So that's 2 strong players down for Tully. But then Shema's not given up. He's managed to take down Maximo, but then Paolo gets one back. He gets a double kill. So kills just really back and forth for both players. Unity only have 4 cavalry left. And now I say that 3 cavalry left. So Alex takes down Thor. It's only Lepash, Seegers, and Paolo, whereas Azan, Shema, Sir Alex, LaRue, Razor still all up. Seegers doing a good job. He takes down Shema, but he gets taken down by Azan. Not preferable. Lepash by himself. And I think Tully are going to take this second set as a clean sweep. They're going to take it 3-0. Yeah, they are. So Alex gets a double kill. Wow. That was a much quicker set. Holy moly.
That was a clean swipe, and I was not expecting this at all, because I was so hyped for Unity's 5 cast strategy, but we didn't see a single thing of it. Maybe it was just Tully ready for the strategy, and I don't know. I didn't saw Unity's cav really being that aggressive as expected. But yeah, that was a great job from Tully.
Oh yeah, an admirable job from Tully. They really stormed that set away. And Apollo, what do you, again, kind of having a little bit more of an observational view of that set, what do you think? Did you notice anything that Tully were doing like really well? Were they targeting anyone, or were they just sweeping it away?
I think they just, it's just like a whole new team showed up. I mean, they came in just so aggressive and just really controlled that battle every match, and it was just night and day compared to the first set. I honestly just think that they found their confidence, and they're just laying down the hammer.
Oh yeah, big time. Do you think there's anything? Is there any motivational talk, Apollo, that you would give to Unity right now to not give up, to continue with their motto of 1 goal?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to be a champion team, you got to be able to come back from these. If you want to be able to win this finale, I mean, this is just a speed bump. This you gotta get your game back. You gotta get back into the flow. It's a new map. It's a new set. Think of it as being 0-0. And I think they could easily turn this one around.
There you go. You heard it from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Apollo. So, I mean, whilst we have this little lull in play and a little bit of a break, we do just want to take the time to mention our sponsors. We just want to thank Oasis Hosting for sponsoring Bladecast. They've been a massive help, providing us with servers and the like. So big shout out to them. Also, thanks to Tailworlds today for hosting our stream. So if you popped over to their Twitch, you'd also be able to see that. So big thanks to them, and also to the Bannerlord keys that they've provided to the winners. And it's not, I believe, it's not just the winning team. It's also going to be a bunch of players who have topped the different stats. So yeah, big shout out to Yami and Harmon on the Tailworlds forum for setting those up. And there's a massive range and variety of stats. We have like Warhammer kills and Couch Lance kills and the most team killed. There's an absolute massive variety. So check them out if you do have the time. And yeah, so also thanks to the referees and the administrators of the Warband Native League. Obviously, without the likes of those guys, particularly Scar, Deacon, Arwen, and Rome as well, I know, who's been a very active referee. Without those guys, leading and running the tournament, there wouldn't be these amazing matches to stream. So, really big shout out to them whilst we have, that little bit of time to just give them a shout out. And also, shout out to the teams as well, all the players that signed up to this tournament. Obviously, without them signing up, there would be no tournament to stream. So, anyway, that's kind of our little segment of that done now. I think we've mentioned everyone. There will be a longer segment at the end where we can thank everyone and everyone can give their shout outs. But I'm now actually going to hand over to Cardboard and Apollo. This is now the third set's going to come along, and how we've worked it out is now that you two are going to take the reins and lead this. So no pressure, guys.
all that pressure.
Yeah, so Cardboard and Apollo, I hand it over to you.
All right, well, I appreciate it, and I want to take the time and mention how thankful I am to be a part of this, and how cool it is to be part of this community, and just how excited to see how this match is going to end. But Cardboard, what do you think Unity needs to do here to kind of come back from this little hole that they're in?
They just need to start over from scratch, just like they started in the first set. I think it's really difficult, but it's one of the top teams. So if anyone is capable of doing it, it has to be Unity. They need to be able to get this off their back, get their stuff back together, and start with a fresh page. The only problem I have is that this map is really in favor of House Tully. If you look at the statistics from especially this tournament as well, Unity not too great on close maps. For the Honor, of course, it's not the most close map. Verloren and Sandy Bush were of course banned by Unity in the ban phase. So I saw for the Honor, I don't remember against who Unity played it, but they didn't got that many rounds in on this map. So I don't know. They will really have to get the kills to in order to step it up.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, this is going to be. Do you think Unity or even Tully are going to change up from their normal play and maybe come up with something unique, something different, or play to their strength? And
I think we're going to see a pretty regular setup. So probably 4 infantry, 2 archers, 2 cavalry / 2 crossbowmen. We might see something special like 3 archers on Serenades.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna see any of that, as we're gonna go live into the game. And as for now, really interesting setup for House Tully here, taking 5 infantry, only 1 archer. So
wow, okay.
And Unity actually mirroring that, so both teams seem to have done their homework. As this looks really interesting. I didn't expect this to happen. I expect them to have 2 archers. And we're gonna get a fight immediately here on the stairs.
Wow.
So seems like Tully is gonna get the upper hand here, getting all kills. Paulo with a team kill once again. And that's not looking good for Unity, as they're getting pressured right now by the Inns. Cav is still alive though, but there goes Paulo as well. So Unity not looking all too good here. House Tully haven't lost a single member. Just as I say that, 6 gets a kill, but he's on literally 1 HP, running for his life. As it's only Ferunian left alive, and that's a really quick round here.
Jeez.
And that's Tully stepping up.
Totally, yes. Still
staying
bringing that
form.
mentality of just bringing in the hammer of justice and wrapping up this match extremely quickly. Unity needs to turn this around quick, and if it's gonna happen, it's gotta happen now.
Definitely. Yeah, I think Unity, they cannot lose. If they lose the set, it's over for them. So I think, yeah, it is. If they lose it like 3-0. So they really need to get some rounds, and they need to get it now. They cannot give Tully another round, because as you can see, they're playing Serenade, so they have a great outfit as well.
Oh, good start there.
Nice armor, and yeah, that's a good start. Apollo and
There you
Thor.
go.
Unity stepping up here on the flag.
Very nice.
Union helping out as well. This is what we need to see from Unity.
But they need to close it up. They don't, they need to clean it up is what I was going for there.
Yeah.
It seems like that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, only Scar left alive, and he needs to
Wow.
fight 7 people, but that's not gonna happen. And that's just what Unity needed. I think that will give them the confidence boost, the money boost as well. Keeping 7 people alive, that's gonna give you some nice money to start off with.
That was huge.
Yeah, we can see a lot of mail here on Unity's infantry. So that was I don't really know what happened there, that they once again came to a quick engagement there in the center. But it seems like both teams are gonna do the same as the first round, gonna go for these stairs.
It seemed like Tully kind of in that last match kind of went in one at a time. It was much more unity with unity. But
and this time, as you can see, Unity is gonna stand back. They don't want to have this early fight. They actually have the flag as well, so I think that's good for Unity, not going in the fight without any preparation, as it's gonna be Tully looking for the engagement. And actually Deacon really low on health here. He got shot, and there comes in the calf. Oh, a nice kill from Sick there on Sir Alex. Paulo as well with a kill. Scar's still alive though.
Ooh, good shot from Apollo.
And we see a lot of Tully's inf here, and this is not looking good for Unity, as Razor and Gibby both with a double kill. And it's only Apollo left, and he will need to clutch this one out against 5 people. So that's it's going to be a hard task ahead of him, as he tries to fight his way out of this 1v3 here.
Oh.
As he gets killed off by Asin. And that was a really back and forth round there. But
I think it was closer than it looks, because there's a lot of players really low in House Tully, but Unity just couldn't close the deal there. They couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I think that came down to that end fight not working out in Unity's favor and working out in Tully's favor, and that gave them the round. Since both teams are playing 5 infantry, these infantry fights are going to be the most important. So interesting to see once again. We're just seeing repeats of previous sets here, although Hasteli is not going to fall back to the middle, and Deacon once again taking early damage. But Sir Alex, nice kill on Lapage. And going back and forth right now. So fighting in the archway, but Paulo with the double.
Oh, Tully
killed off.
Tully's really taking control.
Yeah, once again, Apollo really low on health, and he gets finished off as well. This is going in really quick succession here. It's I think where the first set was rather slow and really matched up, these last 2 sets are going real quick. And what's the score right now?
It is.
I believe it's 8-4.
Yeah,
8-4. Yeah.
8-4.
So
that was insane, guys. What the heck?
Wow.
Happened?
Wow. And that's game, right?
Yeah. So
last game.
I think we're gonna see the last set still being played out here, but
well, that gives us time to kind of analyze what the heck just happened.
Oh my days! I feel so bad for Paulo. He was like he must be so tired from like carrying his team in that last round. Like, you know what? I actually noticed that. Again, like, you notice so much more when you're not like talking all the time. I noticed that in that round that Unity won, they were in that. It was in that like close. It was that flag under the archway, and Unity had a lot of all pikes out, and it really worked well in that tight, like close corners, because Paulo was just stabbing everyone. But then they tried it again on that flag by the well, and again, loads of Unity players had all pikes out, and they just got absolutely decimated because they didn't have close quarter weapons out, and they just got decimated. And they tried it again, and Paolo did a good job. But I mean, you can't all have all pikes out. It just didn't. It didn't work well for Unity. And I feel like that's a bit of an anticlimactic set there because it just happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Like Unity fought back really hard, but then that was it. I can't believe the final's over. Like
Yeah,
that's it.
you know,
Tully have won.
what I mean, the very start it was so back and forth, and then Tully they found something. You know, that I don't know if they were just messing with the Unity, like, oh, let's give them the first couple rounds, and then we're gonna put on our A game. But that was just a dominant performance by House Tully.
I think that's just the experience from House Tully. I really think that the first set that Unity won on the first map were pure Unity skill and Tully just not ready for it. And after that, they just started to get under steam. And I think I have to say, I feel that Unity lost it in the previous set, actually, like the second set on Reveran Village, where they just got 3 out when they were playing Nords, which is considered still the best faction on open maps, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really surprised by
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you go
the event.
if you go back to the last 2 times they played against each other. I mean, those were really close, really intense matches, and either, you know, Tully they were doing their homework and studying those matches and really working on their game, and they showed up a little bit more prepared than Unity, it seems.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I mean, Unity, again, they started off well. Like, you know, we thought, oh wow, we've got a really great match on our hands, and the rounds were close. But Tully just seemed to, I mean, aside from that one round in this last set, they seemed to like not buckle under pressure. They didn't flap. They did really well, and Unity just didn't seem to have that composure in the final third. You know, they would get kills, but it didn't matter because the aggression from House Tully was obviously just, it was too much to overcome for Unity. So I mean, yeah, I'm sure Unity will be disappointed with that performance because they are capable of a lot more. They have beaten House Tully, you know, so I'm sure they'll be, you know, devastated that they lost in this fashion in the grand final, you know, not even going to the 4th set. I'm sure there'll be a few disappointed people in that team, but
Yeah, and I get it. You get so far and you end up short, but I mean, they should still be proud of how far they've gotten, and you know, and they shouldn't let this get into their psyche too much, because there's always going to be another season and another chance to take the title. And I definitely think Unity, if they can keep up with their game and keep the team together, I think they could definitely be champions here soon.
Yeah, I think in the history of WNL, we just can't deny the expertise of House Tully, formerly A. They've played in every single final, and they've won. Up until this moment, they had 5 victories out of the 6 previous tournaments. And
Wow.
now a lot of the core members of House Tully are AE, so they got another victory. So yeah, they got the experience in.
Yeah.
we will be having an interview in the stream. I know that it's been sought after from viewers. We've had a little bit of difficulty with server location and getting players to join, but we will be having an interview. But for now, I think we will stream the final set. You know, I think it's Curtis. It's not really fair to, you know, we've done with you now. You've lost. We do want to see them finish the game, but it will also give us a little bit of a chance to, you know, break down what went well. Maybe the MVPs, maybe for this match, and maybe the whole tournament as a whole. You know, how you guys. I mean, Cardboard, for one, how did you find this style of tournament? Because we haven't had divisions and then mixed in with knockout stages in Swiss Ladder before. How did you feel that went overall?
It's really interesting, especially for me, since like because of the streaming, I see also the other divisions since I'm only playing in Division C. So it's interesting to see all the mixed divisions, and the fact that you can go get promoted to a higher division and such. It's really interesting. Of course, there are maybe a few still minor issues in the system, but yeah, I think it's really interesting to look at, and also for a spectator's point of view, I think a lot of people can get excited about the different divisions.
Yeah, I think you're right. The fact the divisions are there, it does help more entertaining matches to come about. But it also, because they had mid-season promotions, it does give the chance. You're not just confined by your division. You do have the chance to be promoted and fight at a higher level. But Apollo, from a different perspective as well, outside looking in, how do you felt that this area of Warband, how has it been received?
With like new people viewing it.
Yeah, like how did you find it when you first came upon it, which was pretty recently?
I really was fascinated by it because I mean I knew there was really good players and players that would put in a lot of hours to the game, but to actually see small teams like this 8v8 and these really cool interesting maps and just the competitiveness of these tournaments are just really exciting to watch, and just really entertaining. And I'm so glad they added the division promotion thing, because now if your team performs the worst in your division, you got something to play for. You're not safe in that division. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure a lot of people who are unaware of this, and hopefully they can find this and also enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah, and I mean it does get difficult. Sorry, Carter. I mean it does get difficult to know like how it's received after playing the game for so long.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's also interesting for example, the teams in Division C. Like you still have something to play for. It's not you're not sitting in a group with, two teams that will go to the knockout stage and then you're over with the tournament after 4 weeks. Like you're playing as long as all the other teams are playing for something. So I think that's really a bonus for all the other teams out there who don't make it to the knockout stage. They still have something to play for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that is. I do like that as well. You're right that there's still something to play for. Just because you're not making it all the way to grand finals, there's still something that you can achieve and make experience from. And I mean, it is the nature of the tournament is that the best teams make it to the grand final, but there are still a lot of really high quality teams that just get edged out. But you still want to see them play, and they still get the chance to do that in the third place and all that. So yeah, really entertaining tournament. Like really. High level. I mean, Warband Native League is a coveted tournament anyway. It's arguably one of the most famous. Scar and Deacon running it now for several years. It is something that if there was a trophy handed out, it would take prime spot on your mantelpiece. So really big congratulations to House Tully. Commiserations to Unity. They always the thing about Unity is they always make it to these finals. If not, they make it very far in tournaments, and they just. They do so well. They have such high quality players, but then they just don't they just don't have that ability to push through the very end. And it's a shame to see. They have won a major tournament, but when it just seems when they come down to fighting players, specifically Apis Europae players, they can't seem to make it. So I mean, who knows? Maybe future tournaments, maybe even future scenes such as the Bannerlord competitive scene, maybe we'll see them maybe have a bit of a more an advantage, a favoured approach. We do have our final little segment now. We are going to invite the two of the winners of the House Tully lineup. So we're just going to wait for them to get moved in. If we just wait 1 second. Deacon and Sir Alex, guys, welcome.
Hello.
Also, first of all, congratulations. Like that was very convincing. We're really impressed with how you guys performed. Cardboard Apollo, do you have what sort of questions you have? These guys are now free to take any questions, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was looking back in the older matches between you guys between you and Unity, and they were all so close, but This one was just a dominating performance. Is there anything that you changed going into this match?
I think there's quite a few of us who kind of early in the tournament don't practice as much as we should. But we a lot of people were really up in it this week. We had a lot of people grinding out on matchmaking and all that. I think the pick bounds I was very happy with, actually.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. Cardboard, is there anything you're dying to know from these?
I was a little bit surprised on how the first set went, since Unity took it away the first 2 sets, and you guys seemed to a little bit like not ready for the final. But then you guys stepped up your game, especially in the second set with Cyrilix. I think you got 9 kills the second set.
I'm back, actually. Sorry. At some point with the permissions. Yeah, I did. But pretty much.
So how is it going in the team after like being 2 rounds down and having a little bit of a missed start there?
I think we never lose faith.
Yeah, exactly. We always have like an off start. I don't know. That's gone back years and years and years. We always use the first set. But we've got so many really experienced players and like loads of players like Sir Alex coming in who have tons of experience in finals and knockout stages. So everyone keeps pretty cool, to be honest.
Did you guys make any like game plan changes, or just you told your guys like let's just keep playing our game and we'll come back at this?
Pretty much. I think like for the most part it was like obviously Nords in that sense you can get harassed a lot, you can get like it's a strong faction if you play correctly, but at the same time you got archers on the opposite factions. You got Maximum, you got Apollo, which at the first round they completely decimated us, but now it was turned for ours. Our Cav just went focused. They set me up a lot for a lot of the skills. Shout out to them because they really played really well. We just played our game. We did what Sam told us to do, and we got it.
Maybe another question on that first map. Did you guys expected Unity to play 5 cavalry?
I think for the most part, yeah, right. I think we did, right, Deacon? We did mention it, like. It was mainly we have that same plan once, but we just decided to go with how we felt more comfortable. I think for the most part those 2 archers work really well. You need still the infantry presence, but I get why they would use 5 cav in a sense if they're rushed and they don't feel that they are doing as much as aggression. But for the most part it was good tactic, I guess.
Jabs, isn't it? It's jabs are the reason they do it, because when you've got 5 cav kind of running at you with all those jabs, it's an absolute nightmare, to be fair, especially as they're kind of immobile. But yeah, we kind of expected it, and we knew kind of overall our cav skill was just higher across the board. Like they've got some amazing cav, but we've got like a deeper pool of amazing cav. So we just thought, don't change the game plan, carry on going on, and we'll get the win in the end.
Agree.
Were you kind of expecting a little bit more from Unity? Like I know we were, but they kind of the first map they were good, but then like the first set of the second map, like you guys just absolutely stormed it. Were you maybe a little bit surprised at how easily you took that?
I don't know. We've been doing that on that map. We only had 1 trainer match, but we've been doing that like really aggressive kind of push every time, and it's absolutely been annihilating people. And our inf. I said in their kind of interview, actually, that Ron asked me to do, our inf has just been so grindy recently and brutal, and it's been combining well with the cav, so I was pretty confident once we got to that Saradid set, we'd give them a bit of a kick in, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it was pressure in the factions, really. We did play really well. We stick to what it was our game, and it turned out that we were better in the long run.
Yeah, it was like you guys turned on a switch, and it was just it was a dominant performance. So really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like massive congrats to you guys. Is there anything? Is there any like final words, maybe shout outs that you guys want to give? Nice, you've got the platform. Is there any shade you want to throw? I mean, to be fair, Unity are a nice bunch of guys. So I mean, we're not going to condone any shade to Unity, but if you want to, that's fine.
But shade is always good for entertainment, so go for it.
We did see some shady messages on the last stream we like you guys did with us. It was a bit, motivating in a sense.
There you go.
maybe there was something there.
Yeah. So,
In
any
my,
particular shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I think in my part, I'm the new guy on the team. I think along with Error and stuff like that. I want to thank Deacon and their boys, just in general, to have me in it, and just really glad to have been part again with you. And shout out to them because they've played amazingly.
Oh,
any shout-outs, Deacon, that you want to give? I mean, obviously, you're also the administrator of the tournament, so kind of give us, like, how did you feel the tournament went as a whole? Were you, like, happy with how it went? I don't think we've lost anyone. Deacon, I don't know if you're still here, bro, but we asked you if the tournament went well. I don't know. I think Deacon we might be having a little bit of an issue with
that,
with
or it didn't go well.
Or maybe he's very upset by that question and he doesn't want to answer it. But I do feel like maybe there's a little bit of a latency issue.
From what I heard in TS, they're really happy. They're really glad that they did it. I guess for the most part, it just worked really well. I think it's important to note that the division thingy worked really well. I think most of the lower teams are really happy about it. That they got the chance to keep on playing consistently throughout the tournament. They were able to not just drop out after the league stage. And just be able to continue to progress, improve the community, which is a big thing. We've been trying to do it for the all these years, to just have someone some viability for them to just continue to progress and be better. And I think for me it's a really good thing. I really liked it.
Well, I'm glad. And I mean, whilst we wait for Deacon to return, because it would be interesting. Oh, there he is. Deacon, you've made your famous return. Are you all good, bro? How did you find the tournament?
Yeah, I think it was brilliant. It went so well. Did you hear the bit where I said it was the best WNL we've ever had?
No, I didn't. No. So this is now the time.
I think it was the best WNL we've ever had, because there were so few dropouts, and the teams throughout stuck at it, and they were really enthusiastic. And usually we have some problems with Division C with loads of dropouts and stuff like that, or the lower teams, but they were so good. The Division T teams, particularly shout out to them, because they're not around for that long. They haven't been here for ages, and they stuck at it, and they were really enthusiastic, and they played fair, and they were what a wonderful addition all those guys are to the scene. Absolutely brilliant. More of that. But yeah, it went amazingly, and as usual, I didn't do that much work, and it was mainly a run-win and scar, so made a shout out to them, and shout out to all you streaming guys, because it's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, another superb tournament thanks to other people.
Yeah, completely agree. And yeah, I think that's a really nice shout out as well to the Division C teams as well, because like you said, in the past we've had issues with teams dropping out, and so yeah, completely a credit to the scene, those Division C teams, for churning out some great matches, playing really fairly, doing well. Yeah. So, I mean, if there is anything left for us to say, we're just obviously a massive congratulations to House Tully again. Not the first and last time that you'll be winning a tournament. So well played to you guys, really well done on your part, and commiserations to Unity naturally as well. But Card, Apollo, any final thoughts before we close the stream?
You guys going to Disney World? Celebrate?
What do you think? That sounds like a plan.
I do like Moana,
Well, there you go. Heard it here first.
We can do the Game of Thrones route,
Yeah, sorted. Let's do it. As well as a high.
I mean, yeah. Apart from that, I think that's all that's left for us to say. Thank you so much to all the viewers for streaming in. We had, I believe, around 150 viewers. So massive shout out to you guys as well. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to Cardboard and Apollo. You guys, thank you so much for joining the stream today. Massive pleasure to have both of you on the stream. Cardboard as well, especially for all your work that you've done throughout this tournament. So really awesome to just collab with you, and as well as you, Apollo. Just having your freshness and your ability to just bring in loads of people and new people as well, which is what we want. So that's a massive encouragement. So thank you so much to you guys. And apart from that, we wish everyone a good weekend. And tune in to Bladecast once again as the next tournament comes about, which many are. So sign up and look at the forums. But apart from that, thanks for watching and good night.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.